to the unknown, the unexplained, ghostly encounters, lucid dreaming, astral projection, the Mandela Effect. This is Out of Body Experience TV with your host, Juan Augusto.
Good morning. Actually, no. It's 1:16 p.m. So good afternoon. Today we are talking about a few things. Let's see. So we're going to be talking about 3D to 5D shift. December 21st. People are talking about this date as something's going to happen. And here's the thing. Now, it's interesting to talk about. For me, I don't like putting a definitive date on things like, oh yeah, December 21st, that's when this is going to happen. Okay. Now, remember Y2K, right? Everybody was fearful of Y2K. Oh, the end of the world. Oh, it's just people were making money off of it. People were spreading the fear. Remember December 20, was it? No, not December 2012. Oh, the end of the world, 2012, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Again, they made movies off of it, money. People were freaking out for no reason. Now, my how do I say it? Did anything happen on December 21st? Or sorry, in 2012? Who knows? Did you experience the Mandela effect? Maybe. Shifting consciousness. Maybe something happened in 2012 and we might not even realize it. Okay? So the reason why I bring this up is in one of the posts, somebody said, I'll just use the name, McDonald, said, in 2 months, we'll be in 5D. So somebody responded to that and then they said, why? And then they pretty much go on to say, oh, look into December 21st. So somebody wanted to elaborate, right? And then one of the members posts, I think he means the Great Solar Flash. So there apparently, from what I'm hearing, is allegedly there's going to be this great solar flash and then a shift of 3D to 5D happens. Okay. Someone asked me, what is 4D? Apparently 4D is time. Right? Someone mentioned that to me. So it's like, I thought I'd pass it on. But yeah, 3D to 5D. And is it going to happen? Again, like I said, I don't like putting a definitive date on anything. I am just going to go about my daily life and just, if it happens, it happens. And here's the thing. If there is a consciousness shift, right, I think you'll just know. And those who have experienced the Mandela effect, right, you just know, okay? Because there are some people who see the Mandela effect and there are some people who don't see the Mandela effect. That's okay. But that's a whole nother topic because is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? I don't know. So I'm going to go through some of the other posts. Somebody says, I'm not sure about the fifth dimension, but it sounds light. Sorry, I can't read this because there's so many. The grammar's not the greatest. One of the members says, doesn't mean the world is ending. All dimensions exist together at the same time. Exactly, right? So even in time, so like right now, it is what? December 7th, 2012. And let's just say the year 2000 is happening right now at this very time or this very moment in time. We just can't see it, right? So it's all happening like 2000, the year 1999, and so on and so on and so on, right? Let's see. So those are some of my thoughts regarding, 3D to 5D. And here's the thing, I hope it happens. Like, you know what? Because I'm kind of getting tired of this freaking 2020. You know what I mean? Where it's alleged that 5D will be a jubilee. It will be, higher consciousness. There won't be any fear, hate. Imagine that. Imagine living in a world where there's no fear, no hate, where it's just everyone is on the same playing field, so to speak. And I often hear that theory that there are some who are not in the right vibration, the right frequency, may not go along for the ride. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't have the answers to that, right? But here's the thing, I hope everybody can go ascend to that 5D consciousness. But I'm thinking, I often hear that theory if one is in fear all the time, if they are, glued to the mainstream news and listening to the fear, it's the end of the world, 2012, December 21st, or they're just, the Corona, CV, right? If you're living in fear, then you probably won't go to that different level of consciousness, right? Now, if you're living not in fear, if you're raising your vibrations, if you're reading, filling yourself with knowledge, then you probably will go to that other level, right? Because honestly, I'll tell you one thing. I'm tired. Like I said, I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? I just hope this is my last kick at the can, so to speak, because I don't want to come back. If you believe in reincarnation, I don't want to have to come back to this world and do high school again, college. Hell no, forget that. But in all seriousness, so those are some of my thoughts in regards to 3D to 5D. And again, touching on the Mandela effect. For those who haven't experienced the Mandela effect and say, "Oh yeah, you're losing your mind and all that." No, the thing is that if you haven't experienced it, I can't tell you that, you'll not know that feeling. If you experience the Mandela effect, and there are a lot of people out there who have that experience, right? Of alternate timelines, things not being the way they were or they are, whatever, you know what I mean? Like for me, when I got hit with the Mandela effect, it was the JFK 4 in a car, 6 in a car, right? And then it was like a domino effect of Mandela effects, right? And it was interesting, right? Because here's the thing, when you start talking to people about the Mandela effect, people are going to look at you like you're nuts. Oh no, there's no way that our reality can be manipulated and all that. How do you know? You know what I mean? Like, look at astral projection, right? If you were to tell somebody, oh yeah, you know what, you could leave the confines of your physical body, or your consciousness leaves the confines of your physical body, they're going to look at you like you're batshit crazy, right? But here we are, astral projection group, people having amazing experiences, right? So I don't like to discount anybody's experience, right? It's like I like to listen to the experience and with an open mind, right? But yeah. So anyhow, we are gonna go to, let's see, a question here from Harsh. Says we all have some questions in our minds, such that no one can answer them, or even we can't find the answers sometimes. Can astral projecting answer all our questions? Now, one of the members says the Akashic Records, look it up. Let's see. Now, can astral projecting answer all of our questions? I don't think so. Maybe, okay. Like even when I've astral projected, I have more questions. You know what I mean? I enjoy the experience. So it's a process, right? Like when I started experiencing astral projection, I was like, oh my God, I had a question. What can I do with this? Where can I go? You know, how far can you go? Right? So I think you you have more questions actually, right? You're always learning in life, right? So you're gonna have questions, right? So let's see. Here's a question. It says, today I feel so much pain in my stomach and my heart. Pains during project. Sorry. So, boy, some of the commas and periods here. Today I felt so much pain in my stomach and my heart pains during practice of astral projection. Can anyone help me? See, in that, I'm not a doctor or anything, but if you're feeling chest pains, you go to the doctor or the hospital right away, in my opinion. Not medical advice, but do you know what I mean? Um, yeah, it's like because I remember waking up with chest pains in my chest, obviously, and I was worried. I didn't want to go back to bed. So what I ended up doing, I went to the uh, the hospital, right? And yeah, so I ended up going on an EKG for about what 3 days. I had to do all that stress test and all that. Luckily, everything went well. Nothing. I just had to get some blood work. I just had to go. This was before the whole pandemic too, right? So, but but yeah, it's if you're feeling any kind of like pain in the chest, go check it out. Go get a doctor's opinion, right? Um, but yeah, let's see. So let's see. Amir asks the question, can you create how you want to appear in the astral world? How do you guys know if astral projection is real? So that's a good question. I think you can create how you want to appear. It's like I think the thought, affirmations is a lot too. Um, so basically, I find it that like when I see other people astral projecting, like I've seen, relatives who've passed away, uh, they appear younger, right? Like in their 30s. Like my grandmother, I saw my grandmother. Um, she was like what 70 when she passed, I believe, and she looked like younger, like 30s, right? So I think you can. But some people may say differently, but that's cool. How do you guys know if astral projection is real? Now that's a good question. I'm gonna get to the comments in a bit. I'm just reading some of the member posts. So how do you know if astral projection is real? And that's the thing. A lot of people ask that question, right? Even myself, when I was experiencing it reluctantly, and I hated it. So I learned to control it, but then I had the question. Remember, we were asking about questions, like, where can I go with this? Is this real? And there is no ifs, ands, or buts. When you experience it, you know, okay? You know it's real, right? There's just no doubt, right? Because, well, I'll speak for myself, and other members have even mentioned it themselves. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's real. But in my experience, there is no ifs, ands, or buts that this is real. It's an amazing experience because you're looking at it from your higher self, so to speak, and it feels amazing. You're looking at it from a different perspective, and again, there's ways to try it. Like you can do little tests for yourself, not for anybody else, just for yourself to show you it is real, right? To give you that validation, to be like, okay, hey, this is real. And again, you don't have to show anybody because there are people out there who demand proof. Oh, yeah, give me proof. No, you don't have to give them proof, right? Let them research, do the research for themselves. Let them come to the conclusion of whether it's real or not. You don't have to show anybody, oh, it's real. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, but if you want to do tests, you can, there's ways like some of the members post, writing something on a piece of paper, putting it in an envelope or something, or just putting like a number or a letter and then verifying it, right? Via astral projection. You could do it that way, but I find it that it's harder to like read, you know what I mean, when you're astral projecting. Um, but the one of the members says, "Who knows if anything is real?" Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, but anyhow, let's see. But yeah, like I said, I've tried several experiments when I was learning how to do this that gave me no, um, that gave me like clarity in knowing this is real. All right. So let's see. Um, let's go to some of the comments here. Hey, CSFL, how's it going? Hi, Zena. She says, you are right. The wave is not for the people who haven't raised their consciousness and vibration. And yeah, that's the thing. It's like, that's why, you know what's funny? People ask me about the way I've lived my life. I'm not perfect, right? No one's perfect, right? But the thing is that the way I've lived my life in regards to consciousness, like learning how to astral project, um, when I was 18, it happened to me reluctantly. So I decided to learn how to control it as opposed to it controlling me. Um, you know, um, so yeah, it's, I was more like, for me, I was more focused on raising my awareness, raising my consciousness. I wasn't, don't get me wrong, I like to party, I like to have my fun and all that, but I was more focused. I wasn't focused on having a relationship in life or getting married, having kids. That wasn't my focus. My focus was, I guess you could say, being a light worker, so to speak, of being here, focused on astral projection, growing in consciousness, raising my consciousness. I wasn't worried about, like I said, the marriage and all that stuff, because people were trying to be like, "Oh, why aren't you married? Why aren't you married?" I was like, "Hey, you know what? Marriage is for you. That's fine. For me, I'm on a different quest. I'm you know that term sojourn. I'm on a totally different sojourn than you, or you know what I mean? I'm more about, like I said, raising consciousness. Here's a question by the Facebook user. I don't see the name, but it says lots of questions about the old hag and sleep paralysis, hypnagogia at play, getting misunderstood as all manner of things in the room. Yeah, I often hear about the old hag, sleep paralysis. I had sleep paralysis before I was experiencing astral projection in a controlled fashion. Um, I didn't like it, hated it, but that's the thing. I came to the decision of learning how to control it, dealing with it. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I decided that, hey, you know what? I want to control it as opposed to it controlling me. And I was listening to that program after work at 4 a.m. and I heard about what I was experiencing. I was like, oh, hey, that's what I'm experiencing. So I started learning how to astral project. But yeah, as for the old hag, I try not to put too much emphasis on the old hag, because if I put too much thought into it, who knows? Maybe it's me manifesting it, right? So I try not to put too much emphasis on the old hag. You know what I mean? Now, for me, like just most recently, I stopped watching horror movies by choice. I don't want to. For me, I'd rather watch something that soothes my soul. Now, I'm in that frame of mind where I want to see things on TV, listen to things that soothe my soul, right? So that's why I curbed out, because I used to be into the horror movie, the horror genre. I loved it. But the thing is that as I got older, as I started progressing my mind, my consciousness, I said, this doesn't resonate with me. Do you know what I mean? So I just clear that out. Even my iPod, like the music that I was listening to, like the Cardi B's and all that, the all the songs that talking about, you know what, and money ain't a thing, bling bling. You know what I mean? That stuff started. It wasn't resonating with me anymore. Don't get me wrong. I like to go to a club if I. Well, now we can't because you know what. But I'd rather listen to pan flute music on my iPod or in general. I'd rather listen to singing bowls music. Like singing bowls, meditation. You know what I mean? That's what I would rather listen to. Um, but anyhow. So here's one. Hello, Bantu. How's it going? The dreams I've been having lately are very telling of those around me. Yeah, I agree. There's dreams. People have dreams that are very telling. Facebook user says, "Is it possible to do astral projection if you do drugs?" For me, I don't recommend doing drugs. To each his own or her own, or their own. I don't recommend it. Um, yeah. So for me, I prefer natural, right? Meditation. You know what I mean? To achieve astral projection. Any kind of drug. But here's the thing, though. Here in Canada now, it's legal to smoke marijuana. So I started thinking, for research purposes, my own research, for my own experiment purposes, um, I would rather just, I want to try it just for the hell of it. But I'm hesitant though, so I may or may not. I prefer, because I don't need it, right? I just don't have that oomph, to use any kind of drug. CSFL says to me too. Thank you for the thumbs up. Don't forget to thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. It helps us with the algorithm. Let's see. Facebook user says, you don't need to be pure from drugs for any period of time before astral projecting, but I wouldn't astral project while on drugs. What I mean is, if you partied the night before, but you sobered up since, then you'll be fine. But I wouldn't do much pot. Yeah, if I partied, the last thing that's on my mind is astral projecting. If I sobered up, astral projecting would be the last thing that's on my mind. I just want to, sober up, be sound of mind, focused. And yeah, like for me, I have to be clear of any kind of thing, any kind of like, I just pretty much, I want to be focused, no kind of drug, nothing like that. But everybody's different though. Everyone is different. So what may work for me may not work for somebody else. So we have 8 people in the live chat. Thank you for checking out the broadcast. So here's another topic that we're dealing with: negative people and how they can affect your vibration, dealing with them. Okay. So the thing is that as I've gotten older, right? You learn things, you learn different things, right? So as I was growing up though, there would be certain individuals who are negative influences, negative vampires, or energy vampires, as I call them, right? They pretty much drain you of your energy intentionally, and some non-intentionally, right? So it's like they're zapping you of your energy, right? And they like to do it, right? So the thing is that for me, a relative of mine, I won't say who, but whenever I would discuss things with them, they were just draining. And they didn't do it intentionally. It was just the conversation was so draining that it would be like, I feel like drained. So I came to the point where, sometimes just the conversations, you just have to cut them there and like say, you know what, that's it. I'm not going to talk about this and that, certain like political issues and all that. I'm like, no. I stop. And then there's individuals who knowingly do this on purpose. Now, those individuals, you got to stay clear. They're known as trolls. you know, Now for me, I just like now as I've gotten older, you know what? They want a rise out of you. They want to get you to react. And sometimes I've reacted. Yeah, it's human nature, right? But now I just say, you know what? Let them be. They continue to do what they want to do, and you just let them be. Ignore them. And will they go away? Who knows? But eventually they probably will go away when you don't give them energy, your attention. So, if they want to be miserable, let them be miserable on their own. But me, I'm going to elevate my frequency, elevate my mind, my consciousness. If they want to remain in the lower plane, that's fine. You know what I mean? So who knows? They'll stay in 3D. Well, we go to 5D. Excuse me. So let's see. CSFL says, better question would be, why is it legal now? That's a good question. It's funny. I remember back in the day, was it when I was in my 20s, I told my dad, yeah, you know what, as a society, we've been brainwashed into believing marijuana is not good for you, but in reality, it is. My dad's looking at me like I had a second head growing. Everybody that was on the train, they were looking at me like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. And then one guy was pointing at me like, he's looking at me like, yep, you know what you're talking about, right? So here we are, 2020, marijuana is legal, right? So why is it legal? Why now? Because I figured, you know what? They probably were thinking, oh yeah, you know what? These guys are finally waking up. So we might as well make a profit out of it. You know what I mean? So why not? But excuse me. Facebook user says, Ria, it's all about being in the right headspace. If you have a clear mind, then that's your ticket. Cool. Zena says, I don't think the legal weed is good. I think it's modified to manipulate our consciousness. Glad I never smoked. Interesting thought. Interesting theory. I can see that. Facebook user says, would you DM me? Have you successfully? I really need help. Right now, I'm in a live broadcast. You know what? If you can make a post in the chat, or not in the chat, in within the group, and then I'll answer it. Right. Yeah, I'll leave my hold on. Let's see. I have a YouTube channel. You can check it out. Let's see. I have it all there. Because if I were to discuss it, I'd be on here for days. I don't mind talking about it. That's what pretty much I'm doing right now. If you'd like to check out the YouTube channel, it's right here. So I just posted the link to my YouTube. I think it worked. Yeah, it's just I get lots of instant messages asking me to, can you tell me how to astral project? So this way, you have the website or the YouTube, and it's all detailed in the list, how it all began, the experiments that I tried, the experiences that I tried, the validation experiments that I tried, and so on and so forth. And yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's just if I have time, it's just like right now it's kind of chaotic with my schedule and all. The best way, if you want to check out my YouTube, to check out some of the things that I talk about. Zena says, right, they knew this awakening was coming, and I personally saw how they tried to shut it down and block it through my brother. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if you ever seen the Schumann resonance, right? I think that ties into the whole Great Awakening. I think this is called the Great Awakening, is it not? that we are at living in a time that all these things, like the things that are really going on in the world, we are awakening to them, right? And like the Mandela effect, it's grown, like, how do I say it? It's become evident. Like a lot more people are waking up to the Mandela effect, right? And you know what? It's when you get into the discussion of the whole Mandela effect and you say, yeah, you're changing realities, or sorry, the realities can be changing. It's sometimes it's too mind blowing for people to even grasp of what could be going on, right? So imagine some of this information is overwhelming to how do I say it? The non awake, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean. The not, I don't know that, what's that term? I don't know. I lost my train of thought there. My brother. Oh yeah. Hey Zena, I saw. Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, okay, okay. I was watching Astro Boo Baby. Sorry, I'm tongue tied. I was watching Astro Boo Baby back in the day. You know what I mean? I'd watch his channel back in the day, and then I saw your video the singing. I was like, okay, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm looking and looking and looking. I was like, wait, that's Astro Boo Baby, is it not? I was like, oh, that was funny. I was like, so that's your brother. It's interesting. So we welcome you to the YouTube family. So yeah, he started the whole astral projection and out of body trend way before it got popular 11 years ago. I learned a lot from him. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was Propagate This Light interviewed him, and I was in that chat room when Propagate This Light was interviewing, and I was like, I enjoyed that. I was part of the conversation in the chat. But yeah, Propagate This Light. He interviewed me as well with about astral projection and out of body experiences. But yeah, I remember back in the day. It's been like 11 years ago. I was like, wow. It's like, what was I doing 11 years ago? Holy crap! I was working at a strip club, and here's the thing. Yeah, I was working at a strip club 11 years ago, and the thing is that here's one thing. I got into the discussion with somebody, a relative of mine, and they asked me, "How can you work in a strip club and be spiritual? How can you do that?" When I was younger, I didn't know how to answer that. Like in my 20s when I was working there, I didn't know how to answer that. I was like, but then as I got older, I was like, why should it matter if I'm working at an adult entertainment club or a strip club for short, right? But the thing is that I think I was there for a reason, right? Because in that industry, there were a lot of people who were feeling lost, okay? And I write about this, right? I like to write about this. Um, the thing is that I had a discussion with a lot of the dancers, right, who were feeling lost, um, on the fence about their faith or in general, just about life, the questions. And I was at that point in my life when I was 18. I was lost. I felt depressed. I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. You know what I mean by that? And then I started having these out of body experiences reluctantly. And then eventually I learned how to control these experiences. So from that moment, I wanted to be here. I was enjoying life. I got a sense of purpose, right? So for me to work in that environment, to pass some of the things that I've learned in regards to life, spiritual growth, raising the consciousness, I got to, share my experiences with a lot of the dancers that I work with, right? And unfortunately, sometimes it didn't end well with some of the dancers, meaning Um, there was this one dancer that we spoke, and she asked me the question, "What's the meaning of life, Juan? Why am I here? What's my purpose?" Right? 'Cause she had a lot of quote unquote demons or that she was dealing with, so to speak. Right? Unfortunately, she passed. Right? And she took her own life. Right? So when I heard this, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was so sad. And here's the thing. Sorry to get off topic here, but in one of my astral projections, I ended up seeing her. That tripped me out. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't prepared for that one, right? Because I was just like blown away by that. Let's read some of the comments. I know he's the real deal. He's also very psychic. Uh, excuse me. You were there because your energy was needed there. I bet you sparked a lot of lost souls by being there. Yeah, it's I got in because I bartended, right? So like when you're bartending, you're pretty much like a what's that, psychiatrist? Yeah, psychiatrist, no? But you're just behind the bar making the drinks. You know what I mean? So a lot of the dancers would speak to me, talk to me, hey, Juan, I'm having such a bad day, and then you know they'd open up to me, right? And but yeah, but let's see. I did see her after she passed. I was actually, the thing is that um, it was the anniversary of her passing, right? And the thing is that I lit a candle for her, right? And I said a prayer before I tried astral projecting, right? And the thing is that I was meditating, and then I felt the vibrations throughout my body. And the thing is, uh, all of a sudden, I was feeling the vibrations, and I was getting ready to leave my body, but then I sensed someone in my room. Okay, it creeped me out because I knew who it was. The vibration, or the person that was coming towards me. It's like I could read their energy. I could see, feel who it was, and it tripped me out. So it was like I froze and I got stuck. So the thing is that she came towards me, like, and then she's like, Juan, everything's gonna be okay, right? Because I was stuck. I was like, oh my gosh. So she took me by the hand, the astral hand, and she helped me out of my body. I was like, whoa, yeah. It was pretty trippy. That one left an impact on me. I was like, oh my gosh. Because the thing is that we had a conversation. She helped me out, and because I was stuck, and we were having a conversation. So the thing is that when she was alive, she had like I had seen her, and she looked depressed. So I went over to her to talk to her, right? I was cashing out, and then I was like, okay, you know what? She looked depressed. So I went over to talk to her. And that's when she asked me, oh, what's the meaning of life? Why am I here? I don't want to be dancing anymore, you know, because, it took its toll on her. So then I started, I asked her, oh, you have 20 minutes to spare? And she's like, yeah, so she was open to listening to my experiences. So I shared my experiences with her. And at the end of the conversation, she said, thank you. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate it. Right. So basically, in that astral projection experience, she was helping me out as I was stuck, because that kind of startled me to be seeing her, So in this astral projection experience, we were having a conversation. So she, in the astral projection experience, was asking me, so how are you doing? How are things? So it was like she was returning the favor to me when I took time out to talk to her. Do you know what I mean? So, but the thing is that while we were in this experience, I could sense confusion around her. She was still like kind of unaware of, not unaware, but there was a lot of confusion in regards to what she did, like stuck. You know what I mean? So that was a lot, though. When I returned from this astral projection experience, I was like, damn, where were we? I was at home. Yeah, it was her anniversary. So, like I said, I lit a candle for her, and I said a special prayer for her, right? So I was like, damn, was the place dark? No, it was the living room of where I live, the upstairs, right? We were there, and then eventually, it's like it kind of got dark, not for me, but for her. Zena says, "Sorry to hear about the young lady who committed suicide. Did you see her on the lower astral? What was she doing? Did she notice you?" No, actually, it was I was in my room, right, and I was attempting to have an astral projection, and that's when I got stuck. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I got startled. I was like, I knew who was approaching me, and that's when I heard her voice. I was like, ugh. I froze. So she helped me out of my body. Yeah. Oh, the place where she was. Oh, no, I didn't get any indication of that. She was just there with me in that experience, like talking to me, right? But as to where she was, I didn't really ask. I didn't really get any indication. But at the end of that experience, it was like she went back to wherever she was. So yeah. That was deep though. It tripped me out. I was like, holy crap. Facebook user. Okay, yeah, I'm streaming on StreamYard. So right now I'm on YouTube and the Astral Projection group, right? So the thing is that in the comment section, if you're on Facebook though, it comes up as Facebook user and not the name. So if you are on YouTube though, it comes out as YouTube name. I'll leave a link in the comment section when I go to the other page, like the Facebook page. I'll just put the link in your comment because I don't see the username, right? So yeah, I just don't want to be flipping back and forth. You know what I mean? I did place it here. Actually, you know what? I'll place it, or you know what, CSFL, can you do me a favor? If you can link my YouTube channel to the comment where it says, "Hey Juanito," if you can do me that solid, yeah, because right now I don't have Facebook open, but yeah, and hold on, you know what? 1 second, because I just don't know which post it is. So I just wanted to welcome everybody to the live broadcast. I appreciate you checking out the live broadcast. Also, if you're interested in, I know this is off topic, but I posted in the group, the Facebook group, if you're interested in the 3D avatars that I'm doing for free. Yes, for free. I've been learning 3D animation since the first lockdown. So this is second lockdown. So I decided that I wanted to get better at it and create, a web series in regards to astral projection and just different topics as well, right? A 3D animation. So basically, what I can do now is I got the software where I can make 3D avatars with a person's picture, JPEG image or a portfolio picture, and I can make you into 3D avatar. So if you're interested, let me know. But yeah, we're going on 45 minutes. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. If I can't, then perhaps somebody else can chime in with their thoughts. Let's see. And here's the thing, like when I was working at the strip club, I worked there 15 years. So it was like 9 years and then 6 years. So I worked there twice. In the latter part of the years that I worked, I couldn't take it anymore. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, I'd go up, I'd have to cut across the VIP, and the things that I was seeing again wasn't resonating with me. I was like, I got it. The things that I was seeing didn't resonate with my soul. I was like, I got to get out of here. Do you know what I mean? So as I got older, like right now, I just recently got, hold on, let me get this. So I got my own singing bowl now. I got the small version. So I'm going to start meditating. I don't know if I might do like guided meditations on here, live broadcast. I don't know about that yet. Maybe I might, maybe not. Or I might just do like a recorded one where I post onto my channel. So it's like, it's supposed to be louder than that. Hold on a second. So I place it down here. And the thing is that this is what I meditate to. So there's a channel by the name of Mei Lin. So MEI-LIN. I listen to her channel whenever I want to. If you want to experience like a kick-ass meditation, like singing bowl meditation, she sings. She's a very good singer, and she does the singing bowl stuff. So I even fall asleep to that, right? So when I listen to it, when I fall asleep, it's like heavenly. The feeling of, I don't know if you ever want to feel serenity, bliss, tranquility, peace, love. Oh my gosh, that's what I feel when I listen to her singing bowl meditation. It's that feeling. It's like it's heavenly because it's like her voice is angelic when she sings. So the subconscious mind is listening to that. It's hearing that. Even though my body's asleep, I'm hearing it. I'm aware of it, and it's heavenly. Like it's like wow. But anyhow, I think I'm going to get going. I gotta go get some lunch. But I thank you for your comments, questions, and yeah. So, Zena, about I wanted to ask you something in regards to like the music. I'll ask you off air, but I was intrigued by the music, right? Um, Anyhow, so thank you guys for checking out the live broadcast. Until the next one, peace. Have a good one and sweet dreams and happy travels.